and it's a personal opinion, I see these parties as contaminated centers. No matter how good things we take through, they get out as bad apples. If people are paying as much as 100,000 Ghana cedis per delegate just to be shortlisted as a presidential candidate, where did they find the money and where are they going to pay back? So you realize that when they win power, the first 2 years is how do we make back the money we've wasted on the elections? And then the other year is how do we now make money for ourselves and our immediate families and friends? The next year is how do we get money to win the next elections? Well, I think golf is for business people, actually. Most of the business deals are done on the golf course. So I think for what we do, this is the right sport. Not very aggressive, very relaxed. Get you to walk and have conversations in between. By the time you finish 18 hole, you probably finish the best deal you can do in the office. If our votes is on autopilot, and it's not about what we see in our circumstances as a country, then we might as well just stop complaining, because at the end of the day, regardless of what happens, we still vote the same. What I'm telling Ghanaians is over the past 30 years and over, NDC MPP had not resolved our issues. Our issues remain the same. It's only a fraction of the population that have benefited from this politics. How long do we want to continue with that? So as rational human beings, we should start looking at alternatives, policies and ways and means that can bring proper, good standard of living. And if we are not looking to change, then let's stop complaining. The status quo is no more an option, as it's clearly been seen over the years. But what is going on? Clearly, the NDC MPP are no more an option for this nation. So yes, if you ask me, am I the option? Yes, and if it's not Sam ANKRAH, it will be another independent candidate, because the status quo is no more an option. But there's a lot that I'm bringing on board, firstly, from my personal expertise as a development economist and also as an investment banker raising money for big projects and countries. Clearly, as an asset for the nation, the person has the opportunity to run the nation. And besides, like I keep saying in many platforms, the entire economic models needs to be broken and rebuilt. We need to create economic models that speak to our Ghanaian experience. Have a local economy, which we don't have at the moment. Right now, there's a war in Ukraine, we are complaining. War in Israel, we are complaining, it's affecting us. How can we live in a place where when it rains, it comes direct to our room? When the sun shines direct to our bedroom, we need to create safeguards that can protect our economy. And these are the things that I'm bringing on the table. And if you go on my website or follow my conversations, I've clearly outlined policies that will change the destiny of this nation and bring hope to our young people. 4 big models: continuous fight against corruption, bringing stability to the economy and to the country in general. I'm talking about the rule of law, respect for the rule of law, and sound economic policies. These are the 4 things that Sam ANKRAH is going to stand on to create an affordable Ghana for everybody to benefit. The reason why I'm doing this is because I just can't sit back and watch how things are going so badly. I believe it's about time right-minded Ghanaians with the right skill and expertise get into politics and help build this country together. It's a shame that with so much resources that this country has, compared to fractions that countries like Singapore and so have, and yet they are first-class countries. Singapore has an economy of about $470 billion. The population is less than 5 million. Ghana, and the land size too, very small land size. Ghana with a huge land size, population of 31 million. Assets, minerals everywhere. Our economy is 79,000 billion, sorry. What is the difference? Leadership. We need to start doing the right things as a nation. And it starts from you voting correctly. and it's a personal opinion, I see these parties as contaminated centers. No matter how good things we take through, they get out as bad apples. If people are paying as much as 100,000 Ghana cedis per delegate just to be shortlisted as a presidential candidate, where did they find the money and where are they going to pay back? So you realize that when they win power, the first 2 years is how do we make back the money we've wasted on the elections? And then the other year is how do we now make money for ourselves and our immediate families and friends? The next year is how do we get money to win the next elections? So in effect, you as a people are not being thought of. It's just themselves and their family. And that's why a fraction of society has benefited from politics. If you list the top rich 10 people in Ghana, they are all either MPP or NDC. We have political billionaires. We don't have real business people in this country. This has to stop. And that is why people like us are getting involved. Like I said, I am not a politician. I've never liked politics. There was no way I would have even seen myself do what I'm doing. But I sat back and realized how things are being done badly. And upon several advice, writing policies, advising governments and so forth, they're still not been taken. I was advised the best thing to do is to get yourself into the helm of affairs. Be at the altar of sacrifice. Put yourself to bed. Let Ghanaians hit as hard as they can on you, but still fight for the right cause. And that's exactly why I've taken this decision. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't have. We're still going through some of the harshest economic conditions. However, we've come to the end of the year. And in a few days, we're going to celebrate Christmas, the birth of Christ, our Messiah, who came to die, shed his blood, sacrificed himself for you and I. As we enter into this season, I encourage every one of us to remember the work of sacrifice. We need to dedicate ourselves and sacrifice ourselves for the betterment of this country. I'm encouraging every one of us to look into the altar of sacrifice and see what best we can do individually and collectively to help resolve our country problems. I know together we can make it. With God on our side, all things are possible. Have the best of this season. Enjoy the Christmas and hoping to see you in a prosperous new year.